Hi, I'm Joe Pillett, your Pop Culture Monger, and I'm here with
Rich Sands.
And we are going to talk about the recently released Prime Time Emmy Nominations, and I'm really excited.
Yeah, this is like one of our favorite days of the year.
It really is, and we've been looking forward to it for quite some time.
So I'd like to get you, what's your biggest takeaway on the nominations this year?
I think that the Academy is stupid. Because basically they only remember what they just saw. And that's reflective of the fact that Westworld has a ton of nominations and The Handmaid's Tale, well deserved, has a ton of nominations. But you look at a show like This Is Us, which had an amazing season, but it was over a little bit before voting, so maybe people wasn't as fresh in everyone's mind. And then the Americans, how can the Americans be nominated for, I think it's a handful, we have the numbers, we can look it up, but the point being, best drama, great, best actress, Kerry Russell, best actor, Matthew Rhys, Holly Taylor, best supporting actress, Noah Emmerich, best supporting actor. What happened to them? Because the big scene in the finale, in the parking garage, it was the four of them. It got nominated for director, didn't get nominated for writing. How is that possible? So I just feel that it was a little bit...
But they would have benefited from a recency bias because they only just finished a few weeks ago.
One would think. I mean, and even Game of Thrones, I got to give you a chance to talk, but Game of Thrones, no lead nominations. That doesn't make any sense because Emilia Clarke and Kit Harington, they were up for lead. They had bigger parts this year. Nothing. I'm annoyed. You go.
Well, my biggest shocker, besides the fact that you said you needed to let me have some time to speak, was the comedy series category. 8 shows were nominated, none featuring Farrah Fawcett.
I would like to point out that Farrah Fawcett, not Majors, was nominated for Best Actress in a TV movie for The Burning Bed. She did not win. Barbara Hershey won. She was chopping people up in some murder mystery thing. She was a victim, and she didn't win. It was wrong.
It's a crime! Anyway, the comedy series category, 8 nominees, which I don't know if that's unprecedented, but that's incredible. And what surprised me most about that category was that of the 8 shows, only one was a broadcast series, Blackish. And I really thought that Will and Grace was going to get a nomination. And the idea that they weren't even one of the top 8 comedy series.
Mind-boggling.
And they were shut out in 3 of the 4 acting categories. Megan Mullally did get a supporting actress nomination, but I thought...
But that's JLD.
I really thought that Eric McCormack and Deborah Messing would get nominations.
But beyond them, I also was really rooting for Leslie Jordan for Best Guest Actor because his performance, his character is really funny, and bringing him back, it was what's the right word? Magnetic or something.
Yeah. Well, there's a changing of the guard in the comedy category because Modern Family, for the first time in the history of the show, breaking an 8-year string of nominations as Outstanding Comedy Series, Modern Family did not get one this year. So things are changing.
And no actors.
No actors.
And no guest actors.
Yeah, no.
When Fred Willard cannot get nominated for playing the dad, sorry, I'm trying to read my paper and do this, so it's hard. That's a travesty.
Yeah, but you know, you're a big fan of Glow, and Glow got that comedy series nomination. They snuck in there.
Well, this is the thing with Glow. I just don't understand. It's like the Prince of Tides. Like Barbara Streisand directed the movie. She started it as well, but she didn't get nominated for Best Director, but it got Best Picture, Best Writing, all this other nonsense. Glow gets nominated for Best Comedy. It has a Best Writing nomination, I believe, a Best Directing nomination, and Best Supporting Actress, Betty Gilpin. In another marathon list of people. But did they make the show without Alison Brie and Mark Maron? How do you do that? I just don't. But you know who has her nomination?
Who
has Alison Brie's nomination?
I don't actually.
Emmy whore. Allison Janney.
Oh, Allison. Well, the Academy voters in any Academy. I'm surprised. She could do a spoken word book and she'd get a Grammy.
Oh, how she doesn't have an EGOT already, I don't know. I mean, I like her, don't get me wrong. She was amazing in The Hours. She's good in The West Wing, the few episodes that I've seen. I don't mind her at all. But in Mom, really, no one gets nominated from... But what's the show, the Sheldon show? Big Bang Theory. No one gets nominated from Big Bang Theory, which is legitimately pretty funny and has good acting. But she gets a nomination, and she's not even the mom. That's Anna Faris. She's the other mom, built-in supporting actress, and she's already won at least once. It's annoying.
Well, she just won an Oscar, so she can do no wrong. Another person who benefits from that kind of movie glow that people
Yeah.
love is Laurie Metcalf, who won a surprise nomination for Roseanne.
Yes.
We were not sure how the recent cancellation of that show and Roseanne Barr's controversial racist antics were going to affect it, but Laurie Metcalf came through and got a nomination. So.
Well, we always talk about the JLD factor, which is Julia Louis-Dreyfus could get nominated for opening an envelope, and this year, since they didn't air any Veep episodes, she wasn't eligible. So you've got Allison Janney. She gets nominated, for snapping on her weave, because let's face it, that weave is. How old is she with that weave? I don't get it. And then who did you just say? Because now I go tangent. What was the thing you just said that led me to say that?
Oh, Laurie Metcalf.
Well, and then there's Laurie Metcalf, who I think she already has 3 supporting actress Emmys.
For this role.
Yeah, and I don't understand. I watched everyone. I told you I did not watch the last episode because I had it by then because it was just too. I started it, I couldn't do it. The character of Jackie, she had no plot. She had a son they never talked about. She didn't have a date that I remember. But Sarah Gilbert had a problem with the husband. She was moving back to Lanford from Chicago. She has the unigender, or transgender, mid-gender, the gender-confused child. Like, she had all that stuff going on. What did they submit for Laurie Metcalf to even qualify?
I don't know. By the way, the PC term, I believe, is gender nonconforming.
Yeah, I had a conversation about the gender titles over the weekend with my friend Larry, whose daughter's 15, and he said that she has about 17 different gender things that she knows, and he's a big LGBTQ guy, and he's like, I need a cheat sheet. So I apologize.
We'll definitely be cutting this part from the finished product.
Well, if that's the case, let's pause for a second.